Dash cams are one of those things that everyone should have in their car. And I know there's a good group of people out there that are adamant about having dash cams, and really before the other day I was like, yeah, you know, a dash cam is something good to have, but do you really need it? Like, do you really need to spend $100 on a decent, cheap dash cam? Is it really worth that $100? And until a couple days ago, I wouldn't necessarily say yes to that question, but now I would 100% say yes. And the reason being, I was headed home on Sunday night, and I caught an accident. I caught someone running a red light, and the person in front of me just completely just nailed them. I'll go ahead and show you guys the clip now of exactly what happened. You're gonna watch a Toyota Corolla from the right come across the screen, and then there's a red F-150 that's probably about 100 feet in front of me that ends up hitting this Corolla.
I think it's a really cool concept.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Holy shit.
Camera. Pull over.
So that's really the first accident that I've ever caught on my dash cam. I've had it for like 4 or 5 months. If you guys are wondering what dash cam I have, you can click the video up here in the corner to see me installing it and a link to the dash cam I have. But since I got it a few months ago, this is the first accident I've caught on camera. I've caught a few moments of people, you know, doing stupid shit, like, I don't know, not necessarily running red lights, but just doing illegal stuff, but nothing on this kind of level where there's actually been an accident. So just from looking back at the clip, you can see that the F-150 obviously has a green light through the intersection, and he's not expecting anything to happen. He's just expecting to go straight through the intersection. And this Corolla comes out of nowhere. The last second he slammed on his brakes, if he didn't hit his brakes at all, he would have completely T-boned her right in the middle, probably right at that driver's door, and who knows, probably actually seriously hurt her. I mean, imagine a big F-150 versus a little Toyota Corolla. It wasn't a very pretty outcome for the Corolla, just to say the least. But thankfully he was able to slam on his brakes, although not enough to avoid hitting her. He clipped her right around where the rear quarter panel meets the bumper, like right behind the back door is where he hit her. And she ended up spinning out and going about probably 20-30 feet out this way. So right after I saw this happen, I saved the clip on my dash cam. There's a little button you can use to make sure the clip saves if you do happen to catch an accident or something that you want to see later. So I pulled over. There was a Waffle House pretty much right at that intersection. I pulled over there, ran over. Thankfully they were both fine. They were both, I mean, completely fine. Obviously the girl who got T-boned, or we'll just say she got T-boned, it's kind of the same thing. She was pretty shaken up. The guy in the F-150 was completely fine, like nothing even happened. So I'll go ahead and talk about the damage on the cars. I thought about taking some pictures, and I realized when I was getting ready to pull my phone out that if that happened to me, I wouldn't want people taking pictures of my car. So I decided it would just be the polite thing to do to not take pictures. But the F-150, from what I saw, headlight was busted and hanging out, and the grill might have been a little bit messed up. The grill bumper area might have been a little bit messed up, but really, it didn't have any damage. The Corolla, on the other hand, we'll just say it's most likely totaled. The back bumper got completely ripped off. When I say completely, it was laying in the intersection when I got there, and the paramedics and everyone arrived pretty much like a minute after the accident actually happened. It was really, really impressive. Like I said, our bumper got ripped off. I think there was some damage to the trunk lid, but really the severe damage was on that rear quarter panel. That was just completely just busted in and destroyed. So the cops showed up. I told them, you know, I had a dash cam, I caught it on camera, blah, blah, blah. They're like, okay, can you fill out this form? I need your information so we can contact you if we need to. Just write down what you saw happen. Here's a draw diagram of it, blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, I was probably there for about 15 minutes, and by the time I left, everyone else had already left, except for the 2 cars involved in the accident and like 1 police car. I guess to get back to the point of this video, now that I've explained what happened, is getting a dash cam is something that can not necessarily save you, but save other people. Because let's say you're in a situation like mine where I'm riding behind someone completely normally and someone runs a red light and hits someone in front of me, or vice versa. And there were no other witnesses that stopped for this accident, even though it was a pretty busy intersection. I was the only one who stopped. And at that point, if I hadn't stopped or if I hadn't caught it on camera, I mean, it could basically turn into a he said, she said type of scenario where, you know, the lady could claim, oh, the F-150 ran the red light and T-boned me, and then the guy, of course, is gonna say, no, she ran the red light and I hit her. At that point, it's like, what do? You don't necessarily have any proof unless there happen to be red light cameras at that intersection, which there weren't. So getting a dash cam, again, cannot necessarily save yourself, but can save other people a lot of trouble, whether it be in court or just hassle with insurance companies, because I mean, from that video, it's 100% clear exactly what happened. So I don't know, it kind of made me feel good that I was able to help someone out like that, and it made me realize that getting a dash cam is 100% worth it. Granted, that dash cam was actually sent to me for free, but getting a dash cam was definitely something that I was going to buy in the near future if I hadn't had the opportunity to get one for free as a partnership or sponsorship. I do want to add a couple things at the end of this video. One being, if you guys do like dash cam videos, like in the sense that if I get a bunch of clips of people doing dumb stuff and I make a compilation with maybe a voiceover and put that into a video, would you guys like to see something like that? Go ahead and vote in the poll up in the top of the video. I always forget which corner it is because it's all backwards to me. I actually have a buddy with a channel. His name is Crazy Cam Driver. So if you are already interested in those videos and you're looking for some more to watch, go ahead and check out his channel. And the second thing being, if you guys haven't seen my last video, I went to the junkyard with a couple friends and we were looking for some parts. And if I'm being quite honest, it turned out being one of the most fun videos to not necessarily film, but also to edit. I had a lot of fun making that video. It seemed like it got a lot of good feedback on it. It seems like you guys want to see more of those junkyard videos. So if you haven't watched that, make sure to go check it out. I'll link it up in one of these corners once again, and give me some feedback on it. I'd like to know what you guys thought. But with that being said, that's really all I got for today, guys. Not a super long, super entertaining video. I just wanted to kind of show you this real life example of what I happened to capture on my dash cam this past weekend. I figured it would be useful to some of you maybe on the fence about dash cams, or some of you who think they're a waste of money or whatnot. So with that being said, that's it for today, guys. 110% recommend buying a dash cam, and see y'all next time.